My uncle is battling stage 4 colon cancer. His property deed and mortgage are only in his name. He wants to transfer the title to his wife, your aunt, but wants her to avoid probate upon his passing. Should he use a quitclaim or ladybird deed to do this? He lives in Santa Rosa, California. So if you have some reason where you feel like, okay, something, you might have caught COVID and you might think that you're about to die. And you want to plan and make sure your family doesn't have to go to court or end up in conflict should something happen to you. Yes, create an estate plan. That's the easiest answer. Have your uncle write a will. Have your uncle create a trust. Move the house into the trust. That's how you avoid probate. Trust. So your uncle can either create a trust and move the house into the trust, naming his wife as the specific beneficiary for the house. When you have a trust, trusts avoid probate. Wills do not avoid probate, okay? The next thing to do, if this is just a one item and he doesn't care about his bank accounts or anything else, California allows you to do what we call a transfer on death deed. A transfer on death deed is legitimately a beneficiary designation for your home. And what did I just tell you guys about a beneficiary designation? You avoid probate when you name beneficiaries on your accounts and on your home. Now, the downside with that is what happens if the wife dies before uncle dies, or what happens if the wife doesn't want the property. If you don't have an answer to the beneficiary designation there, then that is going to be a risk. And this is where a trust can help you because you can make contingency plans put in place. So when you do a transfer on death deed, you can't list a contingency beneficiary. You have to just list one beneficiary. California says you record this deed, there's only one beneficiary, they will get the house, it will avoid probate. It's very cheap and easy to do. And yes, I can definitely help you set both up. I can help you set up a trust, I can help you do a transfer on death deed. Ladybird deeds, for those who don't understand what that is, we don't have ladybird deeds in California. This is something you see more in Florida or Texas. These are deeds where you're granting someone a life estate in the real property, not giving them the property upon your death. So you file a ladybird deed, you pass away, whoever you named as a beneficiary on that deed, they have a life estate in the property, but when they die, the property reverts back to your estate or whoever else you've named in your will to actually receive ownership. So that might not be the best scenario here. A quitclaim deed. Quitclaim deed is exactly what it is. It's I am literally granting this home to someone else. So if your uncle files a quitclaim deed, there's two things that might happen. First, he is transferring the home from him to his wife. There's no take backs. It's now her property. If they get divorced or whatever, it's her property. Your mortgage company might not like that. Your mortgage company will say, we did not agree for your wife to own the home or be named on this mortgage. We didn't do a credit check on her. We didn't do a background. And I'm sure that if the property's in your uncle's name, not his wife, she's not a co-signer on that mortgage. So before you ever file any deed of any kind that is officially transferring ownership of a property from you to the other, you gotta get the bank's approval first. Because here's the risk. There is an acceleration clause on that deed that in the event something happens, you transfer the quitclaim deed over to your wife and you didn't tell the bank's gonna say, you just made a transfer of the real estate, we're gonna accelerate the loan and you gotta pay everything up right now or the house is in foreclosure. It doesn't matter who the new owner is because that mortgage is also recorded too in a deed of trust, as they call it. So I think the best thing for your uncle to do at the very least is a transfer on death deed. But really, the best thing your uncle can do for the entire family, making sure you guys stay out of court and out of conflict, is a trust, a revocable living trust. That's gonna take care of everything, okay?